Hey everybody, it is Brannon Beliso here. It's a beautiful day in California, man. I mean, it's so amazingly beautiful. They say winter and the rainy season is officially over. The drought is over. We got more water than we need. And I think that's pretty freaking cool. We've been in a drought for years. And it doesn't mean we should go out and waste water now. But I think we can at least be mindful to have faith in Mother Nature that she'll eventually right her ship and she'll give us what we need. And that's what I want to talk to you today about. Happiness. Are you happy? Well, I can't answer that for you, right? The only person who can answer that is you. You're the only person who can answer, are you happy? I did an interview this morning for a podcast, and that was one of the questions that he talked to me about. I had done a TED Talk last year, and my talk was Happy on Purpose. Happy on Purpose was my talk. And kind of a play on words, because my purpose in life is to be happy. But in order to understand that, I need to know what elements go into being happy. Number one for me is balance. If I'm a balanced human being, I make the right choice. If I'm a balanced human being, I'm naturally more positive and engaged. If I'm a balanced human being, I live from a learning and a growth mindset. Look at somebody who's unhappy. Do they particularly are perceived as somebody who is balanced? What do you think? Are they balanced? I don't think so, right? A negative person is often cynical, critical, envious, jealous. Take your pick. If you look at somebody who's truly happy, do you ever notice that air about them? Very calm. It's almost as if they're walking on air. That very serene feeling that accompanies that. So happiness for me is my purpose. And I understand for me, number one is being balanced. Eating healthy, exercise, getting enough sleep, spending time with quality people, not spending time with negative people. Hey Joseph, Andre, what's up Ash? Dawn. A lot of people here. So I'm a warrior of happiness. That means a lot to me. I think the other thing that really has taught me a lot about happiness is suffering. The yin and the yang. There's no dark without light. There's no hot without cold. Guess what? There is no happiness without sadness. Hey, what's happening, Peter, sir? There is no happiness without sadness. Ken! Hey, what's up, Ken? There's no happiness without sadness. And that is very true. We live in a culture where we shy away from pain. We shy away from things being uncomfortable. We shy away from sadness. That's why, we're probably one of the most medicated countries in the whole world. Everything's medicate, medicate, medicate. I need to feel good now. What's happening, Andre? Regards from Belgium. You're in Belgium, huh? West, sir, welcome. We're one of the most medicated countries in the world. Because we don't want pain. We don't want suffering at all. I mean, really, if you look at Buddhists, hey, what's up, Lawrence? The way Buddhists perceive it is that suffering is no bigger or better emotion than love and happiness. It's one of many emotions. It's one of many states that we choose to exist in. And we shouldn't put such a big variable on it. Yet we do. I don't know anybody that's filled with love that takes a pill so they don't feel love. Hey, Kenneth. I know a lot of people that are sad and depressed that take pills, right? Lots of them. We want to escape our pain. We want to escape our sadness, where I find happiness through my suffering. Yes, Kenneth, very good. Michael, Kevin, what's happening? So here's a classic example, and this is one of the stories in my book. Hey, what's up, Matt? So I encourage people, get my book. There's a story where I talk about my sister who died at 40 years old. She had died in my bedroom. By the time I was called and got to the house, I found her dead on the floor in my bedroom. And I remember standing in the church giving the eulogy and looking out at the vast sea of people, about 400. And I said to them, this is the happiest day of my life, and this is the saddest day of my life. And they looked at me kind of perplexed. And I said to them, I would not be this sad unless I was allowed to love so deeply. So even through that deep sadness I was feeling at that moment when my sister died, I recognized that I would not be that sad unless I was allowed the gift, the privilege of being able to love her for the 40 years she was on this earth. You see where I'm going with that? And if I make my purpose to be happy, I can find happiness through my suffering. That almost became the battle cry for Nelson Mandela. They imprisoned him for what, 20 years, 25 years? He came out of jail and became the president. Wow, that's unheard of. That's a miracle, right? But he said that they were able to imprison my body, but not my mind. There's the sadness. They imprisoned my body, right? I couldn't do what I want, go there, but they could not take my mind. If anything, his will, his resilience, his mind actually grew stronger through that suffering. So it's very, very possible. It's like if you break a bone, right? We know scientifically that that bone could heal and actually become stronger than it was before. That's powerful. That's powerful. So if your purpose is to be happy, then no matter what adversity you're faced with in your life, in your business, in your school, you will find some way to find happiness in that. Because it's your purpose. And I'm going to recommend that. We're going to have tough days. You're not going to make a lot of money some days. There's going to be ups and downs in businesses. Students are going to quit. Parents are going to be upset at you. You know, things aren't always going to go your way. But can you master yourself to the point? Can you master your life and situation to the point where you can find happiness through the most challenging of circumstances? Think about that. Can you find happiness through the most challenging of circumstances? Because if you do, and if you can, then you have truly mastered being happy on purpose. So whatever that means for you, that path of self-discovery, please walk that path every day. Find out. And if I could encourage anything, alcohol, drugs, spending too much money, a different relationship, a different job, none of those things are going to make you happy if fundamentally, at your core, you're an unhappy person. How many rich, unhappy people have we seen in our lives? Many, right? We actually display them ornamentally, like on the cover of the Inquirer, because we think it's kind of like, wow, how's that possible? They're so rich and so unhappy, right? They're so successful and they're so messed up. That to me is data, is proof that those things do not make you happy. You're happy to begin with, and everything else is icing on the cake. So are you happy? That's my question to you. Are you happy? And if you're not, learn, figure it out, and define what it takes to make happiness your purpose. Cool? Get my book, folks. BrannonBeliso.com. Live, Learn, Grow. Lessons of a Reluctant Tiger. It is a self-help book filled with stories of my life and the lessons I learned. Also look for It's Time Live, the new online e-products. Our last event in April was completely videoed, sectioned up into different seminars. You can buy that, watch it from the convenience of your own home. That will be available shortly as well at BrannonBeliso.com. Alrighty, folks. Until we talk again, please, 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 you go out there, live your best life.